Hello everyone, BigDosses here and welcome to another video. In this video we're gonna look at a Solia's Gambit I did earlier as a Beast Mastery Hunter. As you can see, the start, if you read the chat, it was very awkward because we all signed for a streets, but apparently we're doing Gambit, and yeah, that is a bit of an awkward start. Also, another awkward start as well. My pets, as you can see, are nowhere to be found because they are stuck up on the rock. And so my opening burst is not actually a burst, but more of a, how do you say that? It's an opening. Let's leave it at that. But you guys voted for one of the new Test Advance dungeons, and I decided to go with this one, and I hope you guys will enjoy. Alright, so opening spec was not that great, but besides that, you can see that both the mobs have a buff on them, which gives them a damage increase. I should be using my tranquilizing shot to remove that, so the tank will take less damage. Also, I actually do not know the route we're taking. For this fight, for this pool, there is a skill binder, and you can see him cast Invigorating Fish Sticks, as you can see there. The Invigorating Fish Sticks is an ability that, or is a totem, which will heal all the enemies, and it will has a small health pool, but you do need to kill it. You can't really burst through like the heal, so do make sure that you actually focus it down. As you could have seen, sorry about that. As you could have seen there, my Invigorating Fish Sticks was another color than the other colors on the health bars. That's because I changed something into Plater. If this is something that you want, watch until the end of the video, because there I will actually talk about how you can do, or at the end of the video I will show you how you can change it into your Plater, so you can easily see the Invigorating Fish Sticks. You can see the totem in the down left corner, but there is not like a health bar or a special icon on the mobs, so you know that they're not getting healed. Also, here, the tidal stomp, it will stack up, and so make sure that if you pull this, and it is mob week right now, make sure that you are using defensives. The higher it gets, the more stacks you have. So I first off have Hunter's Mark on him, I used Feign Death, and in the third stomp I actually decided to use Survival of the Fittest because I did not want to get a third stack and instantly die. So that is something to really be mindful of. Also, I think there is a skill binder in this pack. What you can do, the Invigorated Fish Sticks, as you can see, is cast there again. If you are fast enough, then you can actually use your stun, your intimidation, to stop the cast. And so there is another totem that spawned that starts to heal up everyone. Besides that, these Murloc mobs, they start running all around the place, and it's quite annoying. So hold on to your tranquilizing shot, your binding shot at the end of the pool, so you can bind them before they run away. Now here we have our first relic that we're gonna focus down. I think we decided on always going for I don't know if we actually talked about that, but I think it's personally, yeah, I prefer to go with that one. So yeah. And here we fight on. Try to kill the that way you have nice cooldown reduction on all your abilities. As you could have seen there, the cooldown reduction was on my offensive cooldowns. But what is not being mentioned really is there's also a massive cooldown reduction on your defensive abilities. So your interrupts, your stuns, your binding shots, for example, those cooldowns are reduced as well. And it's actually very valuable. So I would highly suggest always go because the haste is nice, but I think utility wise, is very good. Here I saw that this pack these mobs have very low HP, so I decided not to use my Aspect of the Wild and my Wild Spirits there. And now we're skipping that one. And we're hugging the left side of the dungeon, and now we're going to this pack. Here we have our cooldowns back again, and so we can start to burst down this pack as well. There again was the Invigorating Fish Sticks. It is quite, yeah, I find it hard to time it correctly and make sure that I have my stun ready. So yeah, there was the Cry of Murgle, one of the Shell Crushers is casting it. If the casts go off, as you can see now, then all the mobs get a damage buff. So if it is something that is going to happen and you can't really stop it, then you can actually remove it by using your tranquilizing shot. I've did this dungeon a couple of times after this one, and there I learned what to do and what not to do. So I'm not showing you the perfect example, but I hope you guys will understand. So yeah, here we have the Goliath again. We needed more count. Our tank was experienced in this run, so yeah. Instantly put Hunter's Mark on this guy because I want to reduce his damage, because we're gonna have a second and maybe even a third stomp, and we don't really want to die here. So yeah, but guys, if you like this dungeon, then consider leaving a like and or subscribing to the channel, or like this video if you like the dungeon as well, but I doubt a lot of people will like it. So if you like the video, then consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. If you have feedback for me, then please let me know. Also, if you want to see me live stream, I try to live stream once a week. It's not gonna happen every week, depending on my work, of course. But if I have time, then I will put a notification out that I'm gonna go live. And if you want to see that, then consider clicking the bell icon thingy, so that way you know when I'm gonna go live. I stream on YouTube, by the way. Alright. So, Stormforce Guardians, these are quite annoying. There are two more. I did an other run later on where we actually skipped these. And now you're thinking, well, why don't you show us the footage of that run? Well, that is because the tank left at the end of the dungeon just for no reason. I think he had a DC or had something, but he was gone. So yeah, that was a bit of a shitty run at the end. There I almost died. I should have just disengaged out, but I thought it to be cool with my soul shape. But I rushed straight into the wall, which was pretty dumb. So what you can do, if you do another pull, then at the start you jump down and there are some relic mobs as well, some encrypted mobs. And if you pull a shit ton there, then you can actually skip this one and the one that we're doing and the previous two, because they do give quite a bit of count, but they are very slow to kill because you don't really want to use all your CDs here. So yeah. Now what the tank is doing, and this is good because there's quite a lot of RP in this next room. So the tank is already running in to make sure that we actually start the RP. This is something that you can do as a BM as well, of course. So here we go for again. I think we should go for at least. And this boss fight, if you have not done this boss fight before, the boss will target you with a beam ability. As you can see, the mage has on him. It will leave a permanent puddle of shit on the ground, which does not go away. So make sure that you put it not in front of the consoles or in the center of the room. Now he spawns ads. These ads need to die real quick, because if you get to the next phase, what I'm gonna show you soon, if you get into that phase, the ads will actually hold down a console. So here I pick up a color, and you can't see the chat, but someone is in the center column, in the center console, is telling us where these colors need to go. So I'm just waiting until I get my instruction on where I need to go, and then I will just put it in. And now everyone needs to put in theirs in the right one. So we're waiting. There is something going wrong. And there you have it. It takes a bit of practice, and there is an add-on actually which can help you with this. But yeah, we're in the second week, so no one is really doesn't know on N+ what to do here. But everyone does need to do the key to get score, of course. So if you have the add-on, just so you know, if you have the add-on, you can just stand at the console, and then you can click on the add-on which one goes where, and it will automatically tell all the party members. It's really easy. You just have to try it once. So it's not that scary, and you can easily just do that if no one in your group knows how to do the center column or center console. Here again, make sure you kill the ads, and if you get the beam on you, then make sure that you drop it not in front of the console. It is very important that you do not do that. I do not know if the boss transitions at certain health percentages. I think so. And here, as you can see, one is running up to a console right away and he's gonna channel it. That way you can't put anything in there. That's why it's very important that you kill them. And again, someone in chat told me where to go. And so that's why I ran here and put it in. And when everyone does that, you will get beamed and you can start DPSing him again. So this fight is not that hard as long as everyone knows how it works. But yeah, if you are like me and you are pugging all your keys mostly, then it can be a bit difficult. So yeah, here I got the beam on me, although the fight is over, of course. So I think this dungeon has the entire dungeon, so Gambit and also Streets have a lot of like RP which you need to go through, which takes up more time than you actually want in an M+, but yeah, it's just what it is.
But our path remains true.
These burly deckhands, I do not actually know what they do. They just, I think, hit the tank quite hard with their haymaker. So yeah, we are not actually pulling them on top of each other. And at the end of the dungeon you will see we have, well, I won't say plenty of time, but we have time enough to finish the dungeon easily. So yeah. But if you want to speed up the dungeon, I think you can pull these burly deckhands up to the pack, which is a little further down the road. And you can just combine them. We are playing it safe. Well, if you like this content so far, then consider leaving a like and or subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, please do. Alright, so here we're gonna use our burst, and we got luckily. So we are making sure that he dies. That way we get our cooldown reduction and we get our stun, for example, back. And if we had used our binding shot, then we would have had it back right away as well. And now onto the next area. The next boss, I think, looks amazing. I really am fond of this boss. The fight, however, is very difficult, but it looks really cool. And there we have again. Also, they changed, Blizzard changed Vi a bit, that the Vi, Relic, whatever, doesn't jump so far. But I still think it's pretty annoying. So I prefer the one because I think it's better, but also because Vi is quite annoying. Because if we pulled Vi here, she could easily just jump to the middle pack, and then we had to fight both packs at the same time. So here I'm holding my cooldowns because this pack is finishing up. And so I'm waiting with my cooldown so I can use them on the next pack. And always make sure that you misdirect your tank. And now we're just gonna burst down this pack. Nice and easy. We're playing Night Fae because I think it's very fun to play, and the burst is pretty nice. Well, fun to play, not that much. I like Vendir more, to be honest. But the burst is very nice, and you can use that in these kind of dungeons pretty well. So on to the next one, and as you can see that just that model for that dragon is fucking amazing. I want that as a mount. Is that as a mount already? I don't think so. I don't think you can actually get that dragon as a mount. Would be so cool though. Would have been my favorite mount, I think. I'm not that much of a mount hunter, but that one I would do. So this fight, just easy. There's like the sword toss, you can't really dodge it. All this stuff, all the other stuff, you can easily just dodge, so make sure you do. There is some trash later down the road, which is a lot harder to dodge, and is, if you don't dodge it, very painful, so be aware of that. So now we're gonna do the boss. We're gonna go for again. And what do you need to pay attention to on this boss fight? First off, don't stand behind the boss. The boss will do a special ability to everyone behind the boss, and you will get a bleed which hits like a goddamn truck. And in boss week I think you just die to the bleed. On this week you don't actually die, but it does actually hit very hard. Besides that, this fight is mostly centered around how the tank manages to do his like frontal cone breath attack. As you can see there, the beam, it is focused at the tank, and so the tank really needs to make sure that breath is focused on all the adds that spawn, because the breath will actually kill the adds. So the adds will focus the DPS. So we should make sure that the adds are running towards us, but they are in a sort of single line, so the tank can then on his turn easily make sure that he will, how do you say that? He will, kill them. There you could see the breath should have been turned around to kill those brutes. Those brutes can actually just be CC'd. So you can use your binding shot there to make sure that they stay in one place for a bit. And that way, well, it's easier for the tank. You can use your freezing trap, you can use your tar trap, you can use your all your CC you can use. And now I'm struggling because we're standing with a lot of fire over there, so I can't really be there. And yeah, I'm struggling to find my position so I don't accidentally get behind the boss. But luckily we're good, and it is mob week and not boss week, so this fight is a bit easier. But yeah.
Let us depart before the Coltirans ask questions we lack time to answer.
Now onto the last boss, or the last boss area. Here we have the Adorned Starseers. They are very, very dangerous. And later on you will pull 2 of them. It is very dangerous. They do Wandering Pulsar, the ad that you can see. You need to focus that down ASAP. Don't bother with anything else. Kill the fucking Pulsar. It's very important. Because that one will hit like a truck. And your group will die. There you will see the cast Drifting Stars, which is an orb that you can see fly over. If we get hit as BM, we could easily die to that. So make sure that you do not get hit by that. And we are lucky in this run that we have a tank who knows what he's doing, because of course there is also a patrol in this run. So yeah. Unstable Rift, try and stun it or interrupt it if you can, but if you can't interrupt it, well, try and use your intimidation. The same goes for Reinvigorate. It is a massive heal. I think it heals them to full if it goes through. So yeah. But there's a lot of interrupts in this pack, so you can't easily combine more of these packs. The Hyperlight Bolt is one of the casts that you should not really interrupt. Keep your interrupts for the reinvigorate and the other one. I can't find the name right now. If I can see them, also the unstable rift. That's something that you actually do want to kick. And there you have the reinvigorate 2 times, and it would have healed them both to full, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, don't let that go through. The energy slash is hard on your tank, so your tank should probably kite that out at a certain point. Also, this middle pack, which is patrolling, don't pull that in combination with the Adorned Star Seer. Maybe later on when you're overgeared and you're a beast group, or you're doing it in boss week, of course. But still, those 2 Adorned Star Seers hit very hard. And these mobs are also, yeah, they have kicks that need to be, or cost that needs to be kicked. So you need to be focusing really hard on this one. Luckily our group is really, there you saw, reinvigorate goes through, he heals for about 60%. Luckily what we can do is at least use our tranquilizing shot to remove it. That way, well, still the initial heal went through, but like the passive healing that comes with it, that is something that we can luckily then stop from happening. And so this group, and we have a shaman healer, which is pretty lucky. This group is actually fairly decent on interrupting most of the costs that are coming through. Here, focus 1. Make sure that they both die, of course, but start focusing 1. And it is very important that you kill the pulsar. There, the warrior got hit by one of the drifting stars and instantly died. So, yeah, it is very important. Make sure that you do not get hit by those. And that you also are dodging the stars, but also killing the pulsars. So what I'm doing there, make sure that I'm using a health potion to get myself up. Those stars you can easily see, and because we are BM, we can just walk around and dodge stuff. So yeah, that is something that you should do. And even now, although one is almost dead, you still want to focus the pulsar. Because it, yeah, as you can see, it did 3 cost, and like a lot of party was almost dead there. So... and I don't think you can actually interrupt it. I'm not sure. Can you? I don't think you can. So these mobs are very dangerous. I think on high keys you will start using Bloodlust on these 2. And not on the boss. In mob weeks, of course. But I think that's what you're gonna do. And now onto the last boss, Soleil. I think this is a very fun boss. Difficult, but fun. And it is also very, yeah, on bugs it can be quite dangerous. The ads, make sure that you interrupt the Shuriken Blitz, and you can do that by using your interrupt and stun. Here you have the exploding star, and you can see on my frame there we have 2 bleeds. Or 2 seconds of bleed, and we have 2 stacks. Make sure that you let the stacks drop off before someone else steps into the star, because it will ramp up, and if you get like 4 stacks, your group is just gonna wipe. So I don't know if it's still in Mythic Plus, but before on just on Mythic or Tezavash, if you did it, then always someone else need to go first into the star. I don't know if that's still on Mythic the case, but if it's not the case, then still make sure that there are not too many stacks on your group. Now we start doing less damage because she goes into the next phase, and as you can see, everyone needs to be standing at one of these stars, because the lines will go through, and then if that happens, now you can actually damage the boss. So now we're in this phase, and now she will throw that down, and this is for us lucky that we are BM. We can just stand still, but as you can see there, the warrior got hit by one of those and he dies. And we're not even in boss week. Or maybe he got hit by second, I don't know. So here, someone walked in. I'm gonna wait till the stack drop off. You can see it on my frame. Someone walked in again. I'm still gonna wait. Oh, it's the same person over and over again. So you can the same can go over and over. And there I go and jump in for the last time. But make sure that you actually don't ramp up the stacks too high. And that is more or less the fight. We're gonna go into the phase again, as you can see here. And sadly, did we make it in time? No, we did not make it in time. As you can see, there's still one orb active. So make sure that you see which one is still active and make sure that there goes a line right across it. But that is something that's fairly easy done. And yeah, that is the fight. So if there's a star that spawns, make sure that you stand in it, but don't let the stacks go up too high. And just dodge. Simply just dodge. That's all. And that was the fight, guys. That was Tezvesh Solia's Gambit. Fairly easy. If you know the mechanics. And if you know how to deal with the invigorating fish sticks at the start. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and you watched it all the way to the end, then consider leaving a like and or subscribing to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. So for the invigorating fish sticks, the health bar to be like another color, you need to do the following. You go to /plater. This is of course the add-on that you need. Then go to scripting. You start the general, of course. Go to scripting. Then on the left side, go to unit important plater. Unit important plater. And here you can add, let me see where, add trigger. And here you can add, and this is a code that you will need to add. Well, which code do you need? You will go to Wowhead and you will type in invigorating fish stick. And then on the top left of the screen, you can see a code 179733. And if you then add that into this box over here, then you will get like the nameplate color. It's purple for me, or pink, sorry, colorblind or something. You will get that on your invigorating fish sticks. The same you can do, for example, for your Vi or your mobs. That's what I did as well. And you can add them here. So it's that easy, and I hope it helps you guys out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.